How does Medicaid long-term care benefits fit in the picture if you already have long-term care insurance that you privately have paid for? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. And this is an important topic because a lot of people erroneously think if I have long-term care insurance, then I cannot also get Medicaid long-term care benefits, and that's simply not true. Those who have long-term care insurance, first of all, are always going to be in a better position because it's just money, right? And more money is always going to give you access to better services. Now, whether or not you can have long-term care insurance and also qualify for Medicaid, the answer is always yes, but it's going to be impact eligibility in different contexts. What do I mean by that? So essentially, long-term care policies come in one of two general flavors. This is a very much an overgeneralization. But there are reimbursement type policies and there are straight pay policies. So the policy might say, we're going to pay up to $150 a day or $300 a day toward home care, ALF care, or nursing home care for either a period of time or until a certain value has been used, right? Up to $300,000 or $500,000 or whatever the case is. That's generally speaking what we see. Now, if it's a straight pay policy, what that means is after you have met the insurance company's threshold for being eligible for long-term care payments, they just start sending checks. They can use the money for whatever you want. If you have that type of policy, a straight pay policy, then those monthly checks will be included in your countable income, meaning that when you want to be eligible for Medicaid, you have to pass an income test. They add up your income from all sources combined. If you have a straight pay long-term care insurance policy, they're going to add those long-term care insurance payments when determining your income on top of Social Security, on top of IRA payments, on top of annuity payments, on top of rental payments, right? However you have money coming in, long-term care insurance will be included in that calculation, and we'll have to either likely utilize what's known as a qualified income trust, or if you're in a nursing home, you might need an income trust as well, but that will be more money that goes straight to the facility, okay? There is another type of long-term care, a little bit more common, at least in my experience, which is the reimbursement type policies, which is a very similar concept where they'll say, okay, we're going to pay up to $150 a day or $300 a day, again, for a period certain or until you've reached a certain value, but it's going to be up to those amounts and you have to spend the money first and then we will reimburse you. Meaning you go, here's proof that I paid for home care, here's proof that I paid an ALF, and then we will pay you back. Or maybe they'll see a bill and they'll just pay the facility directly. That's known as a reimbursement policy. And if it's a reimbursement policy, the payments are not counted in the Medicaid eligibility income calculation. Okay, so it's an important distinction. Now, if you're receiving $150 a day and the cost of your home care, or $300 a day, and the cost of your home care or ALF care exceeds that, then that exceeds that and exceeds your income from other sources, and that's when Medicaid can come in and cover the difference. Now, Medicaid does want to be the payer of last resort, meaning if you have other ways of paying for long-term care, they want you to use those first. But that doesn't mean you can't also have your income, long-term care insurance payments, and still not need more care. Because if you need more care, then you can use Medicaid to cover what is not otherwise being covered by your income and the long-term care insurance payments. So I hope that helps. There's one other concept that I think is worth talking about, which is if you have a long-term care insurance policy that qualifies as a partnership policy, that you have to ask your insurance company whether they are a Medicaid partnership plan or Medicaid partnership policy. If so, then you're able to get a credit. Essentially, it's an incentive for you to use your long-term care insurance before applying for Medicaid. And so, for example, where Medicaid usually says you can only have $2,000 in countable assets, if you have first used up some of your long-term care insurance, let's say you've used $50,000 of your long-term care insurance policy, now you're allowed to have $52,000 in the bank because you used long-term care before you went to Medicaid. And so these partnership policies, although they're very rare, running them very occasionally, can also be an added benefit. So again, this is complicated stuff. So if you have long-term care insurance, but you're saying to yourself, this is still not going to be enough to pay for my or my loved one's needs at home or in a facility, we can still help them get onto Medicaid anywhere in the state of Florida. If you are in Florida or your loved one's in Florida, you want to talk about anything Medicaid planning, estate planning, or probate related, we are a statewide elder law firm and we're here to help. And thank you for watching.